right, we're live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Oh, man. Where the hell do you begin with this? So I don't, hey, like klutz. Welcome to the show. So for those of you who are new to my channel, you're probably just starting to see what I put on here. If you've followed me for a long time, you know I don't cover WWE stuff on a regular basis. I haven't for months. But for those who have followed me for a long time, you know I'm not following the WWE stuff because of hate or any stupid thing trolls put on social media to get over. I'm not one of those guys. Some of my favorites who have really gotten me excited about wrestling in the last decade are some of the ones featured on my wall here. This section off camera, about half of them consist of the guys of the Shield. So I may not watch WWE much lately at all. I watched SmackDown 1000. It was okay. But when you hear news like this, oops, sorry. Silence this. I apologize. I usually quiet my phone down. Roman Reigns curse. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. I'm not gonna lie. When I got this news earlier, I was watching MLW on my TV and dozed off. My buddy Dean called me. I was talking with him, and my wife had went to bed early, and she was just tired and she wasn't feeling well, so she was just upstairs resting. She texts me while I'm talking to my buddy, and she's like, "Did you hear about Roman?" And I had heard little things throughout the day. I'd seen headlines, rumors, something about missed dates over the weekend, or something about, rumors of being injured. Something about that. Something along those lines. Roman Reigns possibly injured, something. So I was assuming that's what Tracy was talking about when she found something on social media wrestling related and wanted to share it with me. And she said, "Did you hear about Roman?" I said, "Yeah, he's injured." And she said, "No, this," and then sent me the link to the WWE article. And I just about dropped my phone. Hey, Styles. Glad you could join me, brother. And so I choked out the words to my buddy Dean over the phone because it just hit me. It was like, it just, so then I went on, I clicked out of the video I was watching on my TV, and sure enough, the WWE video of Roman's speech was already on YouTube. So I watched it after I got off the phone with my buddy Dean, and oh my God. And it was interesting watching the crowd's reaction. The typical boos. Boo, because it's cool to boo Roman. I never understood that one. I understood the whole, okay, fans are getting kind of sick of him getting pushed down our throats or whatever. And I suppose I felt like that a little bit, but me loving the Shield from day one, never understood the whole, oh, it's cool to hate him. What? I mean, that's what we've become as a society. It's fun to hate stuff now. I've never understood that. Maybe I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, but maybe I'm just a little older and maybe a tad bit more wiser. And of the things I've gone through in my life, I couldn't waste my time on emotions like that. Life is too damn short. What's up, Jerry? Jerry's in the chat. It's all Vinny's fault. So yeah, this absolutely sucks. I mean, I don't take news about cancer lightly. I lost a dear cousin of mine. Now, this is like a lifetime ago, but it still affects me to this day because she had her whole future ahead of her. And she was in high school at the time. She was 16. And her favorite at the time, now granted, this is a long time ago. You got to think, this is just before I'm getting into high school here. This is mid to late 80s, okay? Her favorite was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And it was the night of the big blow up between Hogan and Macho Man, Saturday night's main event, downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That will always hold a near and dear section of my heart because, and not just because of the history that was made that night, the big feud and everything, but because of what I knew happened backstage. Everyone backstage took the time and visited my cousin Michelle. So when people wonder why Brutus the Barber Beefcake to this day is still one of my favorites. Excuse me. I don't take this stuff lightly. It absolutely fucking sucks. And there's no what's the shittiest part of this? The shittiest part of this is you look at all the injuries that are out there. Hell, KO just had double knee surgery. And he's going to be out for what, a year? Or whatever. This person has this injury. This person has this injury. They all have a timetable. You know what doesn't have a timetable? Fucking cancer. Fucking cancer doesn't have a goddamn timetable. We found that out tonight. Roman Reigns, to the mystery of how many millions of fans out there, including myself, did not know he was fighting cancer. All this time was in remission. Back when he was, I don't know how old he is now. What did they say? 2000. Oh, excuse me. What did they say? Like 2008 or something? So like 10 years ago, he was diagnosed with this? Something. My timeline's probably off, but I thought that's what I heard. Something. Thanks, wrestling man. So yeah. It's just I'm just you know, he was 22. Yeah, and I don't know how old he is now. I think it was 10 years ago. I'm not sure. But it was before, I'm guessing it was before he did football and all that. Because that's my knowledge of him, you know, pre Florida Championship Wrestling. Florida Championship Wrestling, for those of you who don't know, is pre NXT. Florida Championship Wrestling was turned into NXT, and it was around that time that we saw the birth the birth of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. They all came up around the same time. But they all had very different paths leading up to the debut of the Shield. So yeah, this absolutely, he's 33. Okay, so it was a little over 10 years ago. Wrestling Man says he lost a parent to cancer about 4 years ago. That's horrible, man. Sorry to hear that. I'm sincerely sorry to hear that. I lost my mom a handful of years ago too. It wasn't the cancer, but hell, my wife, we've been quietly dealing with this for the last year. Not a lot of people know this. My wife has a tumor on her liver, and the last scan that they said it's becoming more dense. So now the doctor's starting to prep to deal with this now. So, or is it her kidney? Kidney. I always get the two confused. I apologize. So yeah, my my wife is gonna have to have a chunk of a major organ removed. But they haven't done a, what do you call it? Take a piece out and study it. They haven't done that yet. But just the fact that it's changing has the doctors worried now, which makes us worry. So, yeah, so all in all, biopsy. Thank you. My chat is incredible. That's all I gotta say is my chat is incredible. Whenever I have, like, you know, a senior moment and I can't think of something, boom, it pops up in the chat. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So all in all, I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about it because it's, you know, like, hashtag cancer fucking sucks. And I'll be thank you, Agent. I'll be following the news closely as far as Roman goes. You know, um, with everybody coming and going from this company to that company, it does make me curious. Sometimes, I mean, I look. One of my favorites is Ricochet, and why am I not watching NXT? Well, I canceled the network. Doesn't mean I can't find another way to watch it. It's just, if I watch anything from the WWE product, it is going to be the NXT. But I will say it is going to be interesting to see what they do with the Universal Championship now. And not even getting into all the crown jewel BS. Just, are they going to strip it down to the bare minimum and start from scratch, have a tournament, and include Brock and who the hell? Oh, Strowman. Or are they just going to have those two go for it? Well, Brock's never freaking around. This isn't rocket science. If you're going to put a championship on a guy, but there's a lot of people that think it should be somebody else's time too. I've been seeing another name listed in social media an awful lot. And that's Drew McIntyre. I love Drew McIntyre. He's pretty freaking cool. Dean turned on Seth. I had not heard about that. If that happened, that must have been right at the end of the show. So yeah, I'm just reading the chat a little bit. It's all over the place now. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that horrible news. I feel for Roman. He's finally on top again. Things are going well for him. Well as well can be. I haven't been watching much lately, but I know he's champ. And now he relinquished his championship. And if it's injury or whatever, it's always sad when someone does that. But this was a really, really hard dose of real life that hit. So, DM you on Twitter if you got a moment. Yeah, hit me up. My social media, all my social medias are in the description of this. So if you give me a follow, so support the podcast, or just want to talk to me or whatever, all my links are in the description. So hit me up, Wrestling Man. If I don't follow you already, I'm not sure. I've gotten a lot of followers. This is not bragging, but I've gotten a lot of followers recently over the course of the weekend or last week or so. So between the podcast and my personal one. So either one. Why is that held for review? I follow you already? Okay, I'll look you up. I'll look you up when I'm done here. So yeah, I'll wrap this up. I just wanted to get on here, let out a little bit of emotion, talk about it. At the Wrestling Man. Okay. I'll hit you up, dude. I'll hit you up. Thank you. And I love connecting with my fans too, Just don't troll me. That's all I ask. Because ain't nobody got time for that shit. Oh, man. So, on a serious moment, if you're a person of faith, and not everyone is, but if you're a person of faith, let's all say a prayer for Roman, sincerely, no BS. Let's say a prayer for Roman and pray he gets through this, because whether he's your cup of tea or not, he don't deserve this. I don't wish this on anyone. Yeah, he lost his brother a few years ago. That was sad. Yeah. So yeah, we're praying for you, Roman. We're pulling. Smash This Podcast is pulling for you, and we hope you return ASAP, as soon as possible. God bless you, Roman. We love you. Thanks for watching. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll do my my hashtag MLW Mondays is starting to turn into hashtag MLW Tuesdays. Whatever. It is what it is. We'll do it tomorrow. I'm just not in the mood for it tonight. I started watching it, dozed off, and then this hit, and it was just like, oh, just so not in the mood for anything else tonight. Just ready to drink an adult beverage and call it a night. So thanks for thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. Should be in a better mood. Because right now, man, that just hits you in the freaking gut, and there's nothing worse than that. That empty, gnawing, emotional feeling just blows. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Much love. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for some MLW discussion. All right? Peace. Good night. God bless.